Right. Good day, guys. Good day. It is a glorious day in 2024. So that means we are going to be working on Gemma's car today. I don't know why it means that, but it does. So yeah, that's the green E36 that we're doing like a full resto on kind of thing. Today we're going to be fitting a lot of the front components, such as the E36 lower arms, these max pedal rod coilovers, refurbed knuckles with new bearings and such on it, and we've also got these over here. This is a whole box of brand new zinc coated bolts, all labelled up, you know, E36 Intage or something like that. Suspension kit, rear axle, it's got all of the stuff, even for like the drop links, the ones for the rear subframe, these long weird bolts. Yeah, so we've got all of this, even the little tab bolts here, those ones go into the rear subframe, another weird, not bolt, nut, for the lower arms, or is it the spring cup ones, I can't remember, one of those arms. Yeah, so we're going to be fitting all of this today. So if you remember in the last video we did all of this. There's obviously still a few bits in here, but the problem is you could go at this forever and do everything on it, and it would take forever. So it was just mainly doing the main stuff. So there's going to still be a few bits that aren't great, but it is what it is. So I need to stop doing low down angles. It makes me look really weird, doesn't it? I need to be up here. Yeah, let's get to fitting. I think what we're going to do first is fit the wishbone, the E46 wishbone there to the bit out here, and then we can put the suspension strut in, and then we can put like the caliper or the discs and stuff and that on, and yeah, we'll go from there. So all of these parts here, all of this stuff, the calipers, I got them off of a guy on Facebook called Simon Allen. I've had stuff with him before for my drift car. Boom. For rear calipers, and it's all been really good stuff. It's obviously all refurbished, but it's all painted very well, comes nicely packaged, and is quite well priced for what it is. I'll put like a link to his Facebook, because I don't think he actually has like a website or anything. I'll put that to a link in the description. So I'll put a link for this stuff as well, and obviously I'm going to be putting a link for these where you can actually also get 10% off when you use my code, store-wide that is as well. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to find the stuff that is all for the front. So that's front, that looks like rear, front. So the rear stuff, that'll go back in the box. And what we got here, Hinterchas, I think that means like back, like because it's hind, yeah, German. And then well, there you are, that's E36 front chassis, maybe, I don't know. So we're going to go through, they're all numbered. We've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So doesn't help. Oh, here we go. So what am I looking for? I want number 2 first, so that's in these ones, because that bit I'm going to be putting in first. Number 1s, or I'm going to leave the number 1s to one side because they're obviously for the subframe to mount to the chassis, and I don't actually need to do that yet. So obviously we've got 2, 3 and 4 in here. So 2, 3 and 4, they are actually for the steering rack. So once again, that's another component for the front subframe. I feel like we should have got a front subframe, but it didn't look too bad. Maybe that will do that later down the line. So we'll put these bolts to one side, and we're just going to need these 4 here. I'm going to put these 2 back on. Right, so first thing we're going to be doing is taking these out, because these are the dirty old bolts. But in true man fashion, I'm not going to be throwing them away. They're going to be going in a spare box, obviously. They come with little washers. So these bolts So in that last clip, I think you saw me put 2 washers on these. I think looking at them, these have already got like the flared flange nuts and that on them, so I don't think they actually need the washers. I think the washers are for these bolts, so that's where they're going on now. And if it comes to it that I need them, we just have to buy some more or something. So obviously, before we put this in and take these off, we're going to want to put some copper grease on. Now usually I have it in like this little spray can. It's been really good. I don't know where that's gone, so I've just gone over to Tool Station and bought some of this and see how it goes. I like the spray because you could just hold it there and then just spray it on. It was a bit cleaner, whereas this is, obviously it's a tube. I want to do that good for the video. Just gonna spray some on there. Don't need a massive amount. And then I guess I can just use the nozzle to spread it around. If I wanted to be really fancy, I'd get a little artiste brush and do that, but I ain't doing that because that's just, well, a word beginning with G that I'm not allowed to say probably. We're just going to want to put a bit on here as well. Sorry if I've got a lot of breathing going on. It's cold out here today, so it makes me breathe. What am I fucking on about? Who gives a shit? Right. Let us pray. So that bastard's going to go up in there. Now E36 arms, I have found, can be a bit of a pain in the arse to fit. They don't always want to go in where you want them. Might end up having to take a bit of a hammer to it. Not a hammer, like a mallet, a rubber mallet. But yeah, this is just going to need a little bit of working around. I mean, I could always be doing this wrong, but anytime I've fitted E46 arms, they've always been a bit of a pain to fit like this. Right, so got that in now. Like that, as you can see. It was just a case of basically I got the tip of this just poking into here. Sort of got those all done up so nice that I knew that they wasn't going in at an angle and being cross-threaded. And then it was just once again a case of, like I did, taking them off, a few extension bars with a bit of, oh my god, what is it with my neighbours and shouting? Fuck's sake. That's full on throwing me off. I'm gonna bet this comes. So yeah, it was a case of getting one of those wiggle attachments down there. One of these little bad boys on there. Yeah. So next bit we're going to do is get the knuckle on, and then we can put the suspension strut in and start looking like a car again that can drive, maybe. Okay, so this one, nice and simple, just literally to get the knuckle fitted on. We're gonna, oh my god, get this stuff all in there goodenly, nice bit of goodenly. I'm just gonna whack a little bit on there, on the thread for good luck. Right, do it one-handed. Let's go. Boom, that's on there. We then get this, which I think is a 19. Root this bolt up, which I thought was a 19. Oh, well, I don't know. It is 19. I've got an 18mm socket on it. Idiot. Not that I'm sure it really matters, because these are for the anti-roll bar, which we're not putting on this, I don't believe. But yeah, I'm gonna fit anyway. It might just be the top mounts are on the wrong side, or I could have it completely wrong. Anyway, what we're gonna do first is fit the bottom part. There's these 2 bolts here and then a nut and bolt here. Right, so we're gonna find the correct nut and bolts out of this bag. So these are the 2 that go on the back. I'll do that for them over there. I don't believe they have washers on them, but the washers do go on the middle ones, which are these ones. Now these are for other stuff. Your ABS sensor. Oh, that's nice, getting a new one of those. And that goes on the dust shield. That goes on the dust shield, I think. So I don't actually need any of those ones. Ooh, Whoa, almost lost that. Need those for this job, so they're going to go back in the bag. Right, so we'll just get a bit of copper grease on these. Get the cat fluff off of them. Right, actually I'm going to put a bit in there. I like to get a bit on here. On the whole of it. This makes it so much easier if we need to remove it in the future. Boom. Alright, we'll just tighten those up. Right, so now they're all done up and done on. They might need a little bit tight, but it's a bit hard when this is all loose. We're going to put this up into the tower. Now, the way I've done it, if you've still got standard arches on, it can be a bit difficult because that can hit the arch. Obviously, it was easier for me. Oh, come on, there we go, wrecking everything. Let's line these up and get them up. Right, so the way I've done it, this means it's camber adjustable. With this bit here, the adjustment being horizontal. If you spin it another way, you can then make it more caster adjustable. Now these threads do look like they sit a little bit high, but we'll find out when we close the bonnet. Can always cut them down. I suppose they're quite good because you can actually get like the reinforcement bits underneath here, makes them long enough so that they can go through, because you can get welding bits that go underneath, or if you've got a strut brace, that's also helpful for just whether it hits the bonnet or not. But yeah, that's one side in. That's looking pretty darn mint. I haven't set up any of the heights on this yet because we haven't got the wheels or anything like that or the kit on to know. Next thing we need to order actually is some tie rods and track rod ends. But at least what I can do now is put the disc on and put the carrier on as well, and a caliper. But I am going to have to do these bits too, new brake lines. Right, so we can put the disc on, and then I'll put the carrier and calipers on. Like I say, I'm going to need brake lines and that for it. Annoyingly, I haven't got a bolt to hold this in place, because obviously this is a second, well, I say second hand, it's the one that came off of this, but it's in really good condition, so we're reusing it. The bolt that usually holds it on, I put back in the old hub, which I had left on the driveway, literally just there, with my van parked across it, and some scrap metal fella in the early hours of the morning came along and took it all. So I'm just going to get an old wheel bolt to hold it in place for now. Nice. Ooh. So next thing, I'll put the carrier and caliper on. These obviously look a bit shit. These aren't actually the ones that I showed you earlier because I remembered that these were in too good of a condition to want to get new ones. So I've just quickly sanded them down and just done a bit of black spray on them, just to make them look a bit better. So annoyingly, the kit doesn't come with new bolts for the caliper carriers. Mark II Golf. So I'm gonna have to reuse these old ones, but it's one of those things. It is what it is at the end of the day. Oh, my paint's still a bit wet. I'm gonna install these carriers, but before calipers. But before I do that, I'm just gonna take these covers off, and I'm just gonna spray a bit of like grease down there to keep these all lubed up. Because these slide bolts need to be lubricated, otherwise that's how calipers can end up getting stuck on. You don't want that. Right. Need to put the pads in, don't I? Bloody hell, Ben. Oh my god, how embarrassing. I have put the coil over on the wrong side. I was just going off of what I'd done on my drift car, because that hasn't got a front ending roll bar, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put this in here for future reference. The tab goes at the back. I'm not sure if I can be asked to change it. The only other thing is for the brake lines. I'm gonna have to change it, and I'm gonna have to spin it around and do it properly. Right, anyway, I'm gonna do that then. Right guys, it is a different day. I don't know what happened, a load of the footage has gone missing. Basically, in the end, I did swap the struts over, and I have now bagged them up. Yeah, I don't know. So, as you can see, they're all bagged up here, keeping them all fresh. But yeah, gonna be ordering in some trap rods and stuff, and a few other bits for the front. I'm also gonna go over bits I've missed, which you've probably seen in the video and laughed at or something. I don't know, please don't laugh at me. Gonna go over the bits I've missed with some of this, the black stuff, because you can see I've missed a few spots. Yeah, so that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow the link down in the description to get yourself some of these Max Pedon rods, or also just 10% off site-wide at the Max Pedon Rods website. Yeah, see you later.